this is Allison with Happiness of Pursuit. I am here today to show you how to make graphic files into vector files for layering on cards. So what you want to do first is to take any files that you want to use into your Illustrator window. So I'm just going to drag and drop all of the elements I want to use for this Sophia card into my Illustrator window. Little dress. This file was actually made to make paper dolls, but I want to use them to make a card that has different layered elements on it instead of just a flat picture file. So what I do first is I have them all in my window, and I can adjust them here. You can see that they're just a picture. So what I use is image trace, and the drop down here, go down to 16 colors. Even though this doesn't have 16 colors, it's always just a good idea to go above the color number that you have to make sure that all the colors come out. Click on that, and it's going to work for a little bit. Once it's done, you'll see that there will be a white bounding box around the entire image, and I'll show you how to get rid of that. Okay, there it is there, and we're going to go ahead and click expand. You can see you have all the points there. That means that it is now a vector file. Now what you can do is go up to Object and ungroup it, click off of it. Now you can click the white areas and take them out. So now you just have a clean vector file. Each portion of her is separated. So now you can work with it as you wish. Once you're done making all of your graphics into vectors, you can now work on merging and separating them to make your certain layers for your card. So what I'm going to do first, I want Sophia to be wearing a dress. So I'm going to copy and paste her dress, put it right on her, zoom in, make sure it's right, looks pretty good, and I'm going to merge her dress onto the body with my Pathfinder tool. Merge is right there. Click off of her. Now what I want to do is make her hair a textured cardstock to give it some depth. So the way you do that, you select her again, you Command C for copy, Command F for paste in front. So you just made a copy and put it on top of it. What you're going to do now is use the Unite tool to make it one solid blob. What we can do with that is just, now you have a separate layer that is just one solid piece to cut out. I'm going to arrange that and put it in the background. Click off of it, and then click on the top layer, which is a full printed Sophia. Now I need to take out her hair on this layer, so I need to go to Object, Ungroup, click off of it, click her hair, then delete it. Now you have her hair and her body separated. Go ahead and select the rest of the body and Command G to group it. Now you have two different pieces that one is cut and one is print and cut. Okay. To save these, I need to make an artboard of my vector pieces that I want to be cut out of cardstock. So I take my crown, shoes, necklace, or amulet if you're from Enchantia. And I want some of the pieces of her dress to be cardstock as well. It says extra embellishment. So I'm going to take her dress and I'm going to ungroup it. Notice I'm working on this dress up here and not this dress down here. This dress I want to keep the same because I want the underneath layer to be printed, and I'm just going to take some elements from the top here to cut. So I'm going to take this piece, and you touch Shift and click to add on to your selection, and I'm just going to do those pieces and the flowers. Command C, then I can bring them over here with the rest and paste them right in there. So those are all my cut pieces. Now I'm going to save as, and you're going to use an SVG file extension for Cricut Design Space. You bring that in as an SVG and it'll come in as a perfect vector file. Okay. Now to save your picture portion, you're going to do another artboard, same as we did before. Except now you're going to save for web, and it's going to be a PNG. Notice the width and height is really big. You aren't going to actually have your finished product be that big, but when you're importing into Cricut, it's always best to have your PNG file as large as possible because their file program tends to distort them a little bit, so you want them to be as big as you can get them. Usually when I'm working with Lettering Delights, I don't size down their graphic files at all. I just keep them the same size and bring them into Cricut that way, because then once you get it in there, you can size it down and you don't lose any of the quality. And PNG 24 is what I usually use. And save. It looks like I already have her saved right there. Okay. And then you just bring them into Cricut Design Space as you normally would to put together your project. Thank you so much for joining me, and if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section and I'll try to respond to you as quickly as I can.